Hello everybody, welcome to Nana's Journey. I'm Deanna and today we are going to continue the dishcloth quilt. It is from this book, Somewhat in the Middle by Susan Smith. And I forgot to tell you why it was called dishcloth. She said it started with a few pieces of an old vintage French tea towel which had belonged to her grandmother. So that's where it gets its name. This is the quilt. So these gingham pieces that you see here and there are from her grandmother's French tea towel. So as an update though, this is block A1 and 2, and this is how it was. And I didn't like this piece here because it was the same fabric as there, so I took it out and replaced it with this one. So there's that, and today we are going to be doing block A3, and I will get those pieces ready and cut out. I also have an applique here to cut out. I will use Heat and Bond Light to fuse the backing, and then we will get started. Okay, I've got my pieces cut out. I've got my squares here for half square triangles, and all I did is I took this ruler and I put the line from point to point and marked on each side. When I sew on these lines and then cut in between, I will end up with 2 half square triangles. So I've got 4 sets, so I'll end up with 8 half square triangles here and 4 here. And I've got just some pieces that are going to be put together. We'll have a 4 patch here. This will just be a row of squares. And we'll have another small strip of half square triangles. This is the flower that I cut out. And we'll do this first. I took some Heat and Bond Light, cut out a square to match the square of the fabric, and ironed it onto the wrong side of the fabric. And then I just cut this out. So let's get this appliqued on, and then we will probably do the 4 patch, the half square triangles, and then we can put the block together. Okay, I've peeled off the backing from the Heat and Bond Light, and I ironed my applique onto my piece of backing, and I've got some stabilizer pinned to the back. I've put in monofilament thread in the top. I've got my machine on zigzag. The width is 1.3 and the length is 0.8. And got my presser foot on. This is going to be very tiny, tiny stitches. So hopefully I can make this look decent. Oh, I need my knee press. Ideally, you want one edge of the zigzag to come at the edge here and the rest of it to go inside, and that way you catch your And there we have our applique square. That was the hard part. Now the rest is going to be easy. Let me change my thread and my presser feet, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've torn off most of it. Okay, torn off the back of the stabilizer. That's the type I had, was tearaway. And the reason you use stabilizer is so that when you do your applique, it doesn't pucker. So let's set that aside and chain stitch these half square triangles. You've got right sides together and back to a straight stitch. Oops, forgot to change the presser foot on my machine. Okay, now I will just need to cut in between the lines here, press this open, and then I will have my half square triangles. So I'll be right back. Okay, let's get this 4 patch put together, then we can trim our units, and then we can put the block together. When you nest your seams, you get a nice point like that. So let me get this pressed and then we will trim. Okay, these are the pieces that I need to put together, the strips. I'm just going to do this first in pairs and then we'll put the pairs together. Okay, now we can start putting our block together. Over here, we want the white triangles up for the block. So, okay, and there is our first row. For the next row, just going to attach these 2 pieces. And our second row is done. Now for the third row, we are going to attach, let's see, wait a minute. Let's go on this side. Okay, there's our third row. Okay, now we just need to attach our rows together. Let me get this pressed and we'll see how it looks. There we have it. Block A3 is all finished. And I think next week we will do blocks A4 and 5. And I want to thank you for joining me on Nana's journey.